Ever feel like your to-do list is scattered across 14 apps and across your brain? You're not alone, and you don't have to live like that. Hey there, I am Marianne from Thrive Admin, and I help admin professionals and small biz legends get more done with Microsoft 365 without the overwhelm. Today, I'm going to show you 5 ways to actually integrate your favorite productivity tools into Microsoft Teams so everything you need is in one place where you're already working. So, we are going to start with pinning things in our team. So I'm working in Teams on the desktop using a PC. But if you're working on the web version or if you're working on a Mac with the desktop version, you'll be able to do these things as well. So the first thing we're going to have a look at is about pinning tabs or pinning your go-to tools as tabs in a team. So I want you to think of the tabs up the top here. So when we go into a channel that we're an owner of or a member of, you'll always have posts and files. Those are the defaults. But we can add loads of others. So we can open up here and we can search for all sorts of things. So we can add a tab. You can add Microsoft tools. You can also add a whole heap of other things as well. But here we might add a planner board or a form that's specific to this particular team, or a whiteboard that we're going to do some brain dumping on. So I'm going to choose a whiteboard. It's going to configure. I get to name the board. So I'm going to call this one client test whiteboard. You can choose here whether you want to post to the tab or post to the channel about it or not. If you post to the channel, it'll pop a little card up that says, Marianne added this channel, this tab to this channel. So we'll go save. It's going to create that tab. It's going to set it up. And now it's here. And that's the name that I gave it. And it will be here and we can work here. So I want you to think of the tabs at the top here as your personal control panel. So whether it's a shared planner, those live meeting notes that you're taking in OneNote, or an Excel sheet that you're always referencing within this particular team, this is where you would add it to stop chasing your tools across 12 different browser tabs, okay? So the next one I want to talk to you about is then we've added these internal options, but we can do the same for some external tools as well, which is really cool about working, one of the really cool things about working in Teams. So I'm going to use my little plus again up here at the top. And you can see these are some of the apps that are popular or that people love. So I am going to add YouTube. So there we go. It's saying I need to get my admin to add some of those because it won't allow that. That's fine. Let's see what else we can add. Let's see if I can add. Let's try adding Adobe. Oh, it's because I'm not the owner of this team. Bear with me a second. I'm going to just jump into my account and I'll jump over into Teams and into this one. Okay, so I can now see this one. You can see I've jumped in as me. So now if I was to go here and go YouTube, I will be allowed to do it because I'm the owner of the team. So my other account isn't. So here you can see it's now opened and I could search here in YouTube and we can search for cat videos. And now I'm searching in YouTube inside Teams. So you don't have to abandon other tools that work. You just need to bring them into the room if we're thinking of Teams that way. So apps like Trello or Forms, but also things like YouTube and Asana and Trello and Adobe, you can work with them all in here as well. So everything that your team uses will now be in that one place where you're actually doing the work. This option of the cat videos may not be helpful. However, it might be just what you need. So option number 3, we're going to have a look at workflows and how to automate things inside Teams. So to do that, we're going to head over to the left-hand side, to the apps button at the bottom here. And you'll be able to search in here for workflows. And the one you want is this one here with the little bubble icon. And this is the automation assistant that is inside Teams. Now I have it set up so that it is pinned on my sidebar. As you can see, I also have Planner. but it's exactly the same here. If I open this up, now you can choose where you want it to go. So I can pin it to anywhere else, or I can just open the app itself and it sits separately. And from here, there are some great automations that you can do here. So workflows are the Teams version of Power Automate. You can see I've got a couple set up there. So they help you connect the tasks, alerts, and approvals without having to jump around and switch windows all the time. So if it happens in Teams, you can probably automate it with just a few clicks. So there are some templates here, which is a great way to get started. So you can search through the templates and find something that works. They're broken down into different categories. Things like creating a planner task when a channel post starts with to do, or creating a task in Planner based on a Microsoft form submission and then posting a message in the team. The rule with a workflow is that it needs to have a touch point with Teams at some point, so it cannot be completely separate. Workflows is the automation tool built into Teams, and for that reason, it needs to be connected. But this is a great way for you to create flows that will do some of that heavy lifting for you and to make sure that things are happening automatically without you having to remember. So I've got a couple more to share. So let's talk about some apps for your smarter meetings. So if we schedule a new meeting, so I'm going to go into my calendar, and we're going to schedule a new channel meeting. I'm going to pop it into this one, test meeting, and pop it for Friday at 1:00. And we'll just pop that in this way. So we've scheduled our meeting. It will now pop up somewhere here. Where is it? There it is. So now if I open this meeting up, I've got all of these tools that are part of the meeting itself. So we ordinarily get a chat, we get the details of the meeting, I get a scheduling assistant and a recap, and we get attendance and a few things. But we can click that plus button, and there are a few other tools we can use. So you could add a whiteboard for the meeting. You could add decisions, which is an add-in and is an additional cost, but helps you to prepare agendas and summaries and decisions and tasks as an AI-based summary tool. You might have there are loads of different things. So you might have other tools that are important for this meeting: a planner board, a Trello board, an Asana, a SurveyMonkey form, a YouTube video on how this committee works, or whatever else it might be. So you can add those here. So if the meetings are already happening inside Teams, you can make them smarter by using Loop to co-create the agendas and actions, or use decisions like I showed you there to get everyone prepped before they hit the join meeting session. So this is where you can stop your meetings from being really painful and make them productive. Attach all the information and all of the elements that people can work on and go through before the meeting happens. So it's all there, almost like preparing a pack that goes with that meeting with all the information they need. So that it's out of your inbox, it's out of your instant messages, it's out of whatever file sharing system you might use separately. You can do it all here, and it's attached to the meeting. So I'm a huge fan of that. And then the last one I wanted to show you, if we go back into my team, pop back in here. So we can take, we can read our messages in the post section, but we can do other things with them as well. So we can make them actually effective and useful for ourselves. So you can create a task, you can launch a workflow, you can flag it for later, all from the message itself. And this is how you can turn your team into a to-do time machine. So we're going to click the three dots here, and then you can go more actions, and you can see it'll let you do a whole heap of things already. So we can make sure that we collaborate on a PDF. We can create a planner task based on this. We can create a poll, which is linked to forms. But we've got the other option here. We've got this little workflows one here as well. And so if I click on that, it's actually going to start an automated workflow, and I can set that up as well, all based on a message. So if you are looking to make more of the information inside your teams, then these are some of the tools that will help you do that. So there you have it. 5 practical ways to make Microsoft Teams your all-in-one productivity hub. If this has helped you to untangle a few tabs or to streamline your day, please hit subscribe and check out the links below for more spicy Microsoft 365 tips. I'm Marianne from Thrive Admin. Thanks for checking out my channel, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Cheers.